Eish, Askis, welcome back. So it's life, it flows, guys. So we adapt, yeah, we adapt. I had to move a bit, sorry. Welcome back to the Mid Morning Show with Mamole Fesihume in Salam Media. I'm still with you, and I hope you enjoyed the first interview. Now we'll be talking to another pioneer, Sechaba Motsieloa, who's a business leader, a brand strategist, and transformation coach. Hey, there's a lot of things to be reading about this man. But yeah, I'm just going just a little bit. He's the co-founder of EmpowaMEN, Men as in Banna. And what we're going to talk about today is youth. And there's Empower Youth, which actually connects youth with opportunities. But I won't say anything further because Nkai Mosha might just mess it up. It's better that the Motsieloa does justice. If he can just introduce himself, it's always better for a person who ipeha and say, who they are.
No, thank you very much. Indeed, Kintate Sechaba Motsieloa. I think I'm a creative business strategist, a marketer in the main, but also somebody who hopes to make an impact, particularly to youth.
Okay, so it's about impact and youth.
It's about impact and youth because young people have an opportunity to put a marker somewhere in the future of their life and then work towards it, but obviously continue to course adjust as they move towards what they hope is what their life is meant to give. So that's the space that gives me excitement in the main.
So tell us a bit about, Yona Empower Youth. On the surface, we say it creates opportunities, or, when they say supply meets demand type of thing. Can you just unpack that a bit? How does it do that for the youth?
So Empower Youth is a platform that we started about 7 years ago, where we go into predominantly peri-urban areas, including townships, of course, where the youth are that are away from accessing opportunities. We put together a summit, usually over 5 days, where we bring in industry to the summit. In other words, symbolically, it's bringing the opportunities that industry provides closest to the youth, and becomes a festival of opportunities where we focus on sectors that are growing or sectors that are relevant in that community. So now on the 20th to the 24th of April, we'll be in the Val in Sebokeng for the Empower Youth Val 2026, where we'll be focusing on emerging industries that the youth are interested in, whether it's around issues that has to do with the wellness economy or AI and tech economy or the creative economy or the green economy, as well as entrepreneurs. Those are the 5 themes that we'll be following. We bring industry experts that either are going to be mentoring, offering opportunities in terms of employment or funding for the youth organizations. But it's for the youth to actually come and participate. On a day, we'll be expecting 2,000 youth per day. So cumulatively, it will be 10,000 youth that will have been exposed to real opportunities that these partners bring. That's what we mean when we say we bring opportunities to the youth. It's the partners on the Empower Youth platform that bring these opportunities.
So can you say that Empower Youth is like a connector kind of thing? If somebody has got a service that they are rendering, or they've got a study opportunity, or I don't know, internships, then you bring those to your summits, and then the kids, they find kids that are interested in whatever that's in their space of expertise.
I can use the metaphor of a table. We lay the table, and people with different plates of food to offer bring their food to offer, and then the youth come and feast. So we don't necessarily on a day-to-day basis go looking for people with opportunities and connecting the youth, but at the summit itself, that's where everything converges, where those people with opportunities, organizations come into that one space, then we create that exchange that happens. After the summit, some people get to be absorbed. Some of the youth between the ages of, as I say, 18 to 35, get to be absorbed into organizations, and that's where then their journey continues. And then the next time, then when we have another summit, that's when the convergence happens.
Mm. And should I take it, me and the listeners, of course, that this is like a national, it's almost like a road show. You don't just concentrate on a certain province, but you do sort of road shows throughout the year?
Indeed. So the one in the Val that's starting now on the 20th to 20th to 24th of April in Sebokeng is the beginning of a series. There will be some that are going into different communities. In Gauteng, there will be some in Soweto, Alexander as well, somewhere in Pretoria, and others that unfortunately I've just forgotten now. Then we go national to the different provinces. In the past, we have touched nationally more than 200,000 youth have come to our summits, and we continue with that roadshow. What we usually need is the partnership between the community, the youth-led structures, government and business, and other people that have an interest in ensuring that young people in our country are not left behind, so that they can have an active participation in the economy. And it's an economy that is evolving, that is changing. That's why we pay specific focus on things that are emerging. I spoke about the care economy that talks to wellness. I spoke about AI and tech. That's the type of partnerships that we need as we go on nationally to have a roadshow. We do stream from the summit, so that even youth that are not physically in the space can at least get the content.
So for someone who wants to stream, can you guide us to where they can?
Yeah. So we have the website, the Empower Youth website. It's Empower, but with WA Youth. .co.za. We will have different channels that will then be able to provide the link on the day of the summit. And then from there, they'll be able to stream. We are increasing our social media as well as traditional media advertising around the summit itself. We'll continue to share information. If you follow the Empower Youth Summit or Empower Youth in general, you'll be able to get more information.
Okay. From what you said, because of the numbers that you've mentioned, the youth has warmed up to what Empower Youth is offering. You mentioned something like 200,000
so far. Yeah, in the last 7 years, they have indeed, but not just the youth. It's also the opportunity partners that have come onto the platform to make sure that there's something tangible that the youth live with. Some partners have come on board and offered scholarships. Some, as I said, have offered funding. Some have offered placements like for work opportunities, and others have given, mentoring in the main. The youth of South Africa are not helpless, but they need help. And the Empower Youth platform is that help, that bridge that connects them to the industry. One of the things that we always find interesting is the mismatch between what industry is looking for and what the youth are looking for. And it's how do we close that particular gap? It's almost like saying to somebody, follow your dream. But that dream might not necessarily be the dream that is aligned to what the industry wants. And then because of that mismatch, you find that then people are not in employment, not because there are no opportunities, but that which they can offer is not matched by what the industry does. And I always encourage youth to say, you are young, start somewhere. Along the way, you will connect and continue to create value before you can even get to your destiny. What you can't afford not to have is experience and exposure that may actually even refine where you'll end up.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you help the youth too, but sometimes, and in the balance of life, the helper needs help as well.
Yeah.
In terms of assistance and support, what kind of support are you getting from different stakeholders, and what is still needed as support for this to keep on going?
So there are two things that we usually look for. It's financial and non-financial. It's easier to start with the non-financial. The non-financial means people who can provide services that the youth need. Let's take, for example, if you were to look at just compliance around starting a business. If we have SARS there, we've got department that looks after small businesses. We've got all the other supporting your system at the summit. Already the youth can be directed there, be able to then to see what are the compliance stuff that I need. So their mere presence there enhances the value proposition of the summit itself. Also inviting other partners that are part of that ecosystem to be there so that there's multiple opportunities for youth to find connection. And then you've got the financial part, which deals with looking after the actual hard cost of putting together a summit. Here we look for partners, for example, that can help with security, help with food. Then obviously we move to things like data so that the youth have access to data and they can stream. Then we've got other costs that are related to the marketing, bringing the speakers, that's the infrastructure. That's where we go into industry and find partners that are coming through. We'll be releasing some of the partners that are part of it in the next week for people that have supported us, are supporting us now. But if you go to the website, you'll see who else has supported it in the past. You can see I'm reluctant to mention them now because some of these discussions are still about to be concluded. So it will be premature to mention definitively who's already on board. But we do thank both the non-financial contributors as well as the financial contributors, because it does take quite a number of key components to come together before the youth can rock up and say, this was designed for us and it's befitting for us to be here.
Now, do you operate on Ntate Nelson Mandela basis? You know, when he said, "Don't call us, we'll call you." Do the partners find you, or do you headhunt or find the partners that are relevant to your movement?
It's both. Because the last 7 years we have built an equity around the platform and the credibility around it. The partners that have worked with us in the past do knock on to say, when is the next summit? What are the themes? What are the opportunities for us to participate? And then we continue to engage. And of course, we have to expand the network. So we also go out on a daily basis, reaching out to new partners. Because as I said, being in Sebokeng on the 20th of April to the 24th at Konania Bible Church as a venue is one venue. But for us to have the massive impact that I have, given the stats on youth unemployment, we have to go around the country. So they might sometimes not have an opportunity to partner with us here in the Val, but as we move to other areas, there's an opportunity for them to partner, because we are all trying to solve the same problem around youth disengagement, youth inspiration, as well as unemployment. And industry, as I said, also making sure that they put up their hand and come to be part of the solution.
Now, to the listeners, you've heard giving is not, and being part of these, impactful movements and initiatives, it's not just limited to Ramadan. We don't just give during Ramadan. Please do go to empoweryouth.co.za and see what they do and see what role you can play, because it's very easy for us to always be asking, what is the government doing? What is who doing? But what am I doing? And this is just another platform that you can use so that, you can have that saying, raise your finger and say, I also did something to build this nation. Just in closing, Ntate Motsieloa, you said you are expanding your social media presence.
Yeah.
I get it. Right now, we're talking about the only one that we know is the website.
Yeah.
Do you have an Instagram page?
We have an Instagram. We've got TikTok. We've got Facebook. I think we might also have a little bit of LinkedIn. But even if you were to just follow EmpowaWorks, which is the umbrella company.
How do you spell, EmpowaWorks?
It's got, instead of ER, it's AWA and then Works, WORX. So it's EMPOWA and then WORX.co.za. In fact, through there, then you'll see the other platforms that we support. I will know that today we focus on Empower Youth, but we do have EmpowaMEN and Empower Him. EmpowaMEN talks to men 18 and above around the issues that they have. And then Empower Youth, it's younger men between 18 and 35, just the mentoring and transitioning them into manhood. We also empower women, where we curate conversations around industries and sectors so that women are aware of what opportunities exist. And Empower Her is for the women to be mentoring the younger generation. We also have Empower Entrepreneurs, where we allow entrepreneurs also to interact and deal with the issues that they have. One of the ones that really excite us is the funding summit, where we bring funders, all the different instruments of funding, into one room together with 800 verified entrepreneurs that look to scale. So there you get even more information. I think in the main, what we want to do is that we have an ecosystem that supports empowering people who can then empower their communities, and the benefits accrue to the nation. And hopefully somewhere they will get somebody or some people that will be the bright stars that can make us a competitive nation, and perhaps even the next light in the evolution of who we are as a people in South Africa. I know that the politics got us to here. We talk about what is the next thing. It could be the economy. It could be, we don't know. But all we know is that one of the youth in the country is probably that star.
I think this is so linked to, it's a sequel or the next chapter to the interview we had before. We were talking about the Lindate Lekota and what they did. And it was emphasized that they were youth and they were, whatever they did, they did. But they did it. Now we are here. What are we doing? And that's what I'm sending out there to the listeners. What are we doing? Here is a platform, and it's an opportunity for you to be part of this nation, not on the couch talking and commentating and criticizing, but doing something. And it looks like there's something for everyone. If you are in entrepreneurship, there's something that you can do. So don't say we didn't help. If you've been looking, here you are. And if you want to check what they are doing in the vast, not just about empowering youth, go to EmpowaWorks, EmpowaWorks.co.za. And that was Ntate Sechaba Motsieloa. There's a whole lot that he can share with us, but for now, this is going to be it, and we appreciate his time and what he had to share with us, and we hope that you put it to good use. I am go to an break.
Thank you.